Hey guys, Johnny here with a new siren breakdown of a Bumble date that I had last week. I have about an hour before I'm going to the elephant sanctuary here in Thailand. So I thought I would just make a quick video showing you guys the power of using astrology in your messaging and just how quickly you can get a girl out onto a date with the dating apps. You don't need to be having long conversations. You don't need to drag out anything. The point of dating apps is to get girls' numbers and to get them on dates. So the faster that you can do that, the less likely you are to flake or to ghost you. So we'll go through this. This is in the school group. This is part of the siren texting framework. You can see I have many different breakdowns, anywhere from old ones where I'm first learning the structure to new ones where it's very refined. This I separated out into Thailand breakdowns. I know some people will say, yeah, you're in Thailand, it works different. So I just separated it out. You'll see that it really doesn't make any difference here. Very straightforward. But this one is for Lucy. This is a girl that I matched with on Bumble, like I said, a week ago. And she starts off with hello. So the first step of the siren breakdown is spark. You want to get her interested in the conversation initially so that she responds at all. So her saying hello, I treat that as if it's not even an open, it's just her matching basically. So this applies to Tinder, this applies to Hinge, this applies to Bumble. I need to spark her interest. So what I would do is I will send something that I noticed about her profile. Hey name, you have an artsy and adventurous profile. This shows that I paid attention a little bit. It gets her thinking, is this true? Do I have a artsy and adventurous profile? It stands out way more than just saying, hey, how are you? Which is what 90% of guys will send. She mentioned this to me on the date. One of the reasons she wanted to meet up was that the banter was good. The interaction was back and forth. It wasn't just a, hey, how are you? What do you do for work? Boring type questions. You don't need to ask those things. You can get to know the girl on a date or on a phone call. So this is how I spark the interaction. I'm asking her, or I'm stating you have an adventurous and artsy profile. So it gets her thinking, is that true? And then we go into the next step of interest, the I. She's curious, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And then she asks, but thank you. So gets her thinking, okay, is that a good thing? It's a bad thing. It stands out more. And so now, because she asks, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I can qualify her saying, I like it. And then I can ask her, which is where the astrology is very helpful. I highly recommend doing this. Astrology is like chick crack. Girls love it. It's fun. It's playful. And it's easy to lead the interaction. So I say, I like it. And then fingers crossed, your adventurous spirit can keep up with a fiery Leo. So now I'm asking her, are you going to be able to keep up with me? And by doing that, there's really only 4 options that she has. So I know where to take this interaction. She can agree that she can keep up, which is great because then I can suggest a date. She can say, I need to keep up with her, and then I can go from there. She can say she doesn't know, and then kind of the same thing, you just as if she said yes or no. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Or she completely ignore it, which most likely doesn't happen, and if it is, you just kind of calibrate from there. So I have her interest. She is engaging in the conversation. She wants to know, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And then says thank you. So now I can lead this to the next step of rapport. Once she says, see, of course, if you can handle an Aries like me. So she's already playing along. She wants to know if I can keep up with her now. And she says it would be fun. So the conversation is already flowing. I'm already leading it to where I want to go. If you can see, like how I'm going to progress this. I'm going to say, hey, can you keep up with me? She's going to say, are you sure you can keep up with me? So I'm already leading it to a possible, you can just see the framework, I'm hoping. So I say, oh man, with an Aries, it's either going to be complete chaos or fireworks. So I'm giving her an either or. It's going to be either great or it's going to be chaotic. And it gets her to imagine this. Okay, would this be chaotic? And then I can easily escalate this because I already know that she said I have to keep up with her. So because it's either going to be chaotic or fireworks, I can easily say, we should find out over a drink this week. The only way we're going to know for sure is not more conversation. It's going to be, we should just find out and meet up. So she says, yes, I'm interested when I'm free Friday and Saturday evening. So she's already closing me. She's saying yes, she wants to find out. She's available. She doesn't want to be texting forever. She doesn't want to be asked boring questions. She just wants to get on a date. That's the point of dating apps. You don't need to be having these long, elaborate conversations. So she says she's free Friday, Saturday, and I don't need to do any work after that. It's okay, let's figure out a plan. Do you have WhatsApp? I don't want to make plans over the app. It's very impersonable or personal. But I want to get her number, because then it's like, okay, we're going to be on a date. This is official. Making plans on a dating app is really not ideal. It's not really an official date. It's like, okay, yeah, we're on the app still. I might not check the app for a couple days. Maybe I delete it. It's every other guy's already on the app. But if you get her number, you stand out in some way. This is a likely thing that it is going to happen. So she sends me her WhatsApp. I send her some messages. Hey, it's Johnny from The Thing. Shout out to Playing with Fire for that. And then you just set up the date, set up the logistics. Hey, I'm free at this time Friday or Saturday. And that's how we ended up meeting up. You can see the date breakdowns in the school group in my field reports. But I just wanted to show you just how quickly you can really go for a date. I think I got this in 1, 2, 3 basically texts, 3, and then a date. So 4, 5 texts. And the reason it was working is because I had my plan in mind. I'm going to comment about her profile. She's going to wonder, is this true? She'll say thank you or whatever she says. And then I can lead it with, I noticed this. I hope you can keep up with a fiery Leo. You can replace this with a awesome Aries or a mischievous Gemini or whatever your sign is. And she will say, yes, she can. No, she can't. Or can you keep up with her? And then from there, oh, well, it's going to be either chaos or fireworks. We should find out. And then you easily set up the date. So I thought this was just a good example of how you can use astrology. You don't have to go for tons of conversations. I've been reading on Reddit, guys that'll have all these elaborate conversations with girls and then they ghost. Girls don't necessarily ghost. They have plenty of options on dating apps. The longer you take to get them off the app, the higher likelihood that somebody else is going to beat you to the punch. They're going to suggest it. She's going to meet up with him. Maybe they hit it off right away. She deletes the app or just forgets about you. There's too many possibilities. You want to get her off the app as soon as possible. At least get her on WhatsApp. You might not resonate with this girl, but you can at least do a phone call then. Like, taking it off the app is commitment. It shows that you're serious. You're not just some guy that she's going to lose interest in. It's most guys don't send interesting texts. A lot of guys just fall off. So girls are used to flakes as well as guys. So you want to get them off the app. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I have the full siren breakdown framework here. So you can learn the exact steps on how I'm structuring my texting. I also have 30 plus breakdowns, all very similar, because the astrology works so well. It's like chick crack, and it's easy to qualify them. I hope you can keep up with a fiery Leo. Oh, I definitely can. Oh, okay. Well, I have to make sure. Maybe we should meet up for drinks first to make sure we can vibe. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let's go and exchange numbers. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I'm going to edit this now. I'll post it, and then I'm going to see the elephants at the sanctuary. I will make a video about that later. Yeah, don't really have much else. I'm going to make more of these videos to break down every one of these interactions. I'm not going to post them all on YouTube. But if you're looking for texting help, this is what works for me. This is how I set up dates in 4 to 5 texts. I don't have to do a whole lot of work. I really don't have to think about what I'm going to say. It's not super creative, which is great. That's the whole point of texting on apps is just to get them on dates, and then you can be yourself and show your personality and do all that stuff. All right, that's it for now. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.